Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the October Public Safety News Conference for the City of Winston-Salem. You will hear from the Winston-Salem Fire Department and the Winston-Salem Police Department today. I ask that you reserve any questions to the end of each agency's presentation. First, I would like to invite Chief Trey Mayo from the Winston-Salem Fire Department.
Thank you, Kyra, and good morning. I like to think of this as the Fire Prevention Month Public Safety News Conference. October is Fire Prevention Month, and I am Trey Mayo. I'm the Fire Chief for the City of Winston-Salem. I've got a few things I'd like to talk about this morning, and then I'm going to ask Teresa Knox to come up and talk to you about Fire Prevention Month and some activities and things that are going on. The fire department is accepting applications for new firefighters through the end of October. Applicants must be 18 years of age on the day that the academy starts, which will be in March. I don't know the exact date. That kind of gets pinned down as we get near to the start date, but it will be during the month of March. Applicants must possess a high school diploma or equivalent and have a clean criminal history and a relatively clean driving history. It is important to note that the fire service is a career. It is not a job. This presents a great opportunity for individuals seeking an exciting and rewarding profession grounded in teamwork, where every day presents different challenges, and you're not confined to an office or a desk. Full information is available on the city's website. So if you go to the city's homepage, right just about in the middle of the screen, there's a little icon there that says jobs, and you can drill down and see the complete description of the duties associated with firefighter, read about the benefits package, the salary, which could be as high as $45,600 a year, starting with the right qualifications. So the city's website is cityofws.org. So please, if you are listening and you're interested in a career like I described, or you know somebody who is, please encourage them to submit their application by midnight on October 31st. I'd also like to tell you about our Firefighter Combat Challenge Team. The City of Winston-Salem Fire Department has the winningest Firefighter Combat Challenge Team in the history of the sport. So for those of you unfamiliar with Firefighter Combat Challenge, it is billed as the toughest 2 minutes in sports. It includes stair climb, a hose hoist, a chopping simulator, a slalom course, a hose drag, and a victim rescue. And our team traveled to Anne Arundel County, Maryland, September the 8th through the 10th. And they brought back trophies for the first place team, the first place tandem, and the first place relay. And we are, as always, extremely proud of their performance and the standard that they set, not only for the fire department, but for the fire service. If you are so inclined, you can go to the city's Twitter page, which is at City of WS Fire. And from September 10th, there's a video of the team running in the championship relay event. So check that out. Finally, for me, one other thing to tout this morning is that the fire department has recently achieved SHARP accreditation from the North Carolina Department of Labor. SHARP stands for Safety and Health Achievement and Recognition Program. And that's administered through the Department of Labor, the Occupational Safety and Health Division of the Department of Labor's Consultative Services Bureau. SHARP is designed to recognize small and mid-sized employers that establish, implement, and maintain exceptional workplace safety standards and programs. This process has taken us about 5 years. And what it means is that the fire department has successfully completed all the requirements of a full-service safety and health consultation by the Department of Labor, including things like conducting daily surveillance of hazard controls, performing job hazard analyses, ensuring engineering controls and OSHA-mandated programs are in place, that proper personal protective equipment is being used, that we analyze workplace injury and illness incidents data to improve processes, and that we are delivering proper training to supervisors and employees. There are, just to kind of give you an idea of the challenge of achieving SHARP accreditation, there are 1,216 fire departments in the state of North Carolina. 5 of them are SHARP accredited. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to ask Teresa Knox to come up to deliver the rest of the fire department's presentation. Please welcome Teresa. This is her first public safety news conference. She is the almost brand new fire and life safety educator for the City of Winston-Salem Fire Department. Ms. Knox.
Good morning. I'm Teresa Knox. I am the Fire and Life Safety Educator for the City of Winston-Salem Fire Department. Winston-Salem Fire Department celebrates Fire Prevention Month by providing life-saving fire safety education to those who live in, work in, and travel through our communities in an effort to drastically decrease casualties caused by fires. In a fire, mere seconds can mean the difference between an escape and a tragedy. Fire safety education isn't just for school children. Teenagers, adults, and the elderly are also at risk. Mayor Alan Joines has declared October as Fire Prevention Month. Join us in making it important for every member of our community to take some time in October to make sure they understand what to do in the event of a fire. Educating the public about how to prevent fires can contribute significantly in reducing firefighter deaths. If evacuation plans are in place and practiced by residents of a home or occupants of an office building, responding firefighters will not as frequently risk their personal self associated with rescuing trapped victims. Citizens. Moreover, fighting extremely dangerous fires will become a less frequent necessity as individuals assume personal responsibility for maintenance of smoke alarms. This year's campaign, Learn the Sounds of Fire Safety, works to educate everyone about the different sounds that a smoke and carbon monoxide alarm make. Knowing what to do when an alarm sounds will keep you and your family safe. When an alarm makes noises, beeping sounds or chirping sounds, you must act. The amount of time you have to escape a house fire has greatly decreased in the past few decades. 30 years ago, you had about 15 to 17 minutes to escape a house fire. Today, you only have about 3 minutes to escape a house fire. Because 3 out of every 5 home fire deaths resulted from fires in homes with no working smoke alarms. Let me say that again. Because 3 out of every 5 home fire deaths resulted in homes with no working smoke alarms. Winston-Salem Fire Department offers a smoke alarm program to homeowners in the city of Winston-Salem. Winston-Salem Fire Department has made education on kitchen safety a top priority, as cooking fires are the #1 cause of home fires and home injuries. The leading cause of fires in the kitchen is unattended cooking. Make it a priority to stay in the kitchen and to stay alert when cooking. If you have a cooking fire, just get out, close the door behind you, and call 911. Deep frying turkeys has become increasingly popular, but this new tradition is a recipe for holiday tragedy. This was a fire last Thanksgiving at a residence on Robin Hood Road. The cause of the fire was flames from a turkey fryer. We encourage you to think twice before using a turkey fryer. However, if you do choose to use a turkey fryer, please follow our safety tips, which you can find at the link of the bottom of this slide. That concludes Winston-Salem Fire Department's presentation. Does anyone have any questions for Winston-Salem Fire Department? No? With that, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Police Chief Katrina Thompson of the Winston-Salem Police Department. And on behalf of the entire staff of the Winston-Salem Police Department, I'd like to welcome you to the October 2021 Public Safety News Conference. First, please join me in honoring our fallen officers since our last Public Safety News Conference who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Patrolman Thomas Garland Anderson. End of watch, August 15th, 1927. Patrolman Anderson was involved in a motorcycle accident at 11th Street and Highland Street while responding to a vehicle accident on April 11th, 1927. He died from his injuries on August 15th. Patrolman Al Charles Kennard. End of watch, September 9th, 1961. Patrolman Kennard was killed in a motorcycle accident while on patrol. The motorcycle left the roadway and struck a curb and light pole, killing him instantly. Patrolman Kennard's death led to new rules mandating helmets. Sergeant Mickey Gray Hutchins. End of watch, October 12th, 2009. Sergeant Hutchins was shot outside a local restaurant after he responded to a call reporting a disturbance there. The restaurant's manager reported that her ex-husband, who had outstanding warrants for his arrest, was at the restaurant and would not leave. The suspect fled from officers and then opened fire at close range when confronted. The suspect shot Sergeant Hutchins in the head and shot Officer Daniel Clark in the head and chest before being fatally wounded himself. Both officers were transported to Wake Forest University Baptist Medical Center. Officer Clark survived his injuries and was released from the hospital. Days later, despite all efforts by medical staff, Sergeant Hutchins died from his injuries. Sergeant Hutchins was a 27-year veteran of the Winston-Salem Police Department. Now, please join me in a moment of silence to recognize and honor these officers, as well as all the women and men across our nation who has paid the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. Before I begin with the upcoming events, I want to take this time to thank the women and men of the Winston-Salem Police Department. They, without a doubt, put their lives on the line every day for our community, and I want them to know that your work does not go unnoticed and it is greatly appreciated. Upcoming events. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and you'll hear more about that here shortly. October 22nd, 2021, the Winston-Salem Police Department Sweet Reads vehicle will be at the Brown and Douglas Neighborhood Center from 2 a.m. until 2 p.m. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing our children. October 23rd, 2021, the pill drop-off at Inmar downtown will occur between 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Also on that same day, October 23rd, Hogs for Paws event, that is the Harley-Davidson fundraiser for their furry friends at 3441 Meyerly Drive from noon until 4 p.m. October 23rd, the Battle of the Badges. The Winston-Salem Police Department will play a softball game against the Winston-Salem Fire Department and the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. All are welcome. The tournament will be located at 401 Deacon Boulevard at 4:30 p.m. And finally, on October 30th, the Winston-Salem Public Safety Trunk or Treat at 4129 Northampton Drive, that's Galilee Missionary Baptist Church, will occur from 2:00 p.m. until 4:00 p.m. We're looking forward to seeing all of our young trick-or-treaters, and we promise to provide a fun and safe event. Next up for the Winston-Salem Police Department will be Ms. Briaja Shaw from our Domestic Violence Unit, and she will be followed by our recruiting unit with Sergeant Amy Collins, Mr. Danny Muhammad, and Officer Jasmine Clark. Ms. Shaw.
Good morning again. My name is Briaja Shaw, and I serve as a Victim Assistance Coordinator for the Winston-Salem Police Department, along with my counterpart, Michelle Martin. This morning, I would like to take a couple moments to discuss a few services and resources that the Victim Assistance Unit provides to survivors of domestic violence and other crimes. We provide referrals to community agencies for shelter, food, and clothing. Just to name a few shelter services that we partner with Family Services Battered Women's Shelter, Bethesda Center. To name a few agencies that we partner with to provide food services, we partner with Catholic Charities, Crisis Control Ministries, Sunnyside Ministries, and Forsyth County Department of Social Services. We also provide free and confidential counseling to aid in the recovery of emotional trauma and victimization. To name a few agencies that we partner with in Forsyth County, we partner with Family Services, Community Interventions, and Education Services, and the Parenting Path. These agencies provide 3 free counseling services on the behalf of the police department to survivors and victims in the community in order to promote mental health. We also provide and assist individuals in the community with information on victims' cases, such as their report numbers, the officers and detective name and contact information. We offer crime prevention services such as safety literature and also safety planning. We also provide them with information and assistance in completing a victim compensation application, which is a program which pays for hospital, doctor's bill and expenses, and in some cases assist with funeral costs for homicide victims in North Carolina. So as Chief Thompson has mentioned, October is awareness for domestic violence, and we partner with numerous organizations in the area to provide victim assistance. We also partner with Bridges to Hope Family Justice Center, which is previously known as Safe on 7. We send our survivors there so that they can proceed in the process of filing 50Bs, and also receive other assistances from Family Services. Just to name a few initiatives that we are doing for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, yesterday we hosted our first fundraiser entitled Dollar Donuts for DV, where we raised $281, and those proceeds will be donated to Family Services Battered Women's Shelter. So we are extremely excited about that. We are also hosting a shelter drive, which started at the beginning of this month and will end October 25th. We are collecting numerous items for family service shelters, and those proceeds will be donated and gifted to the shelter at the end of this month. As stated before, we service the community and we partner with other agencies to provide victims of domestic violence and other crimes with services and resources. For further information, individuals are encouraged to visit the resource page, located at the website for wspd.org, or if they need further assistance regarding victim assistance, please feel free to contact the Victim Assistance Unit at 336-773-7741 or 336-773-7860. Thank you. Are there any questions regarding victim assistance? Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Collins with the Winston-Salem Police Department Recruiting Unit. After I speak for just a few moments, you'll hear from one of our pre-hires in the next recruit class that starts on Monday, and then also a recent graduate from BLET in our last rookie class. So WSPD, here are our numbers. We're allocated 528 sworn officer. Currently, we are at 463. We have 3 district offices. Our D1, which is North Side, is on North Point Boulevard. District 2 is south and east, is on Walltown Street. D3 is west, it's on Somerset at Stratford Road. Our SOD building, which houses SWAT, traffic, gang, hazmat, it's on Polo Road. And then we have our transportation fleet on Brookstown Avenue. So if you are interested in being a Winston-Salem police officer with a high school diploma or GED, you will start at $39,469. Upon graduation, you will make $41,442. With an associate's degree, you will start with $41,442, and upon graduation, you will make $43,515. With a 4-year degree, you will start at $43,516, and upon graduation, you will be making $45,587. With any military experience with it current or past military, you will have an additional 5% pay increase. And once you graduate BLET rookie school, you will get a one-time $1,000 bonus upon graduation. Currently, we are working permanent shifts. Day shift starts at 6:40, ends at 5 p.m. Evening shift is at 3:30 to 1:50 a.m. Midnight shift starts at 9 o'clock at night and ends at 7:20 a.m. in the morning. Each rotation is a 5-day on, 4-day off. Your third rotation, you have 5 days on and you have 5 days off. So that equals working around 15 days of the month. So you have half the month off as well. So some benefits that you can get working for the Winston-Salem Police Department. In just a moment, like I said, you'll hear from one of our current pre-hires. They start BLET on Monday. So he will come and speak to you in just a moment about that. We also have a cadet program where you can go to a community college local and get paid. Your school will be paid for, and you will work 20 hours in the week at the police department and get paid for that as well. Your uniforms and equipment will be provided. A boot voucher is given each year to each officer. You have a take-home car policy if you live in Forsyth County or within 20 miles of our police department. You are paid while you're in BLET Academy, and that will last for 28 weeks. Once you graduate, you will go to field training for 14 weeks. As I mentioned earlier, we do have permanent shifts. The longer you're here, you're able to bid for the shift that you want. Upon graduation, sometimes you may want a certain shift, but they plug you where you're needed. But as you're here longer, you're able to bid for a certain shift that you request. Opportunities are for advancement in our police department, whether it's a promotion or a specialized unit. If you're interested in recruiting, if you're interested in being an instructor, there's lots of options that we have here. And then there's other benefits allotted by the city of Winston-Salem. So our minimum standards to be a recruit for BLET. United States citizen, at least 21 when you graduate. So we do have some 20-year-olds that are in the BLET program. Be of good moral character, having no felony, serious misdemeanor, or driving while impaired convictions within the past 5 years. Be in good physical condition, possess or be able to obtain a valid North Carolina driver's license, must possess at least a high school diploma or a GED. And now you will hear from pre-hire Danny Muhammad, and then after him, Officer Jasmine Clark. Do we have any questions before I leave?
Morning, everyone. Danny Muhammad, 20 years old, born right here in Winston-Salem. I'm excited to do my journey with the police department. Been serving in the Army for going on 3 years now in the United States Army Reserve, combat engineer, so go 12 Bravos. Becoming a police officer, it's been natural progression from the Army, and it's been a childhood dream. Ever since I was a kid, I'd always see cop cars and all the pretty lights and everything, and I'm like, hey, Mom, that's gonna be me one day. Here I am now. My mom was a big influence for me being a cop. She'd always tell me someone has to help these kids and young adults know right from wrong. The process to get hired was pretty lengthy. It took me about 7 months. So you have to complete your employee packet. It's around 50-something pages long. It's very lengthy. Once I completed that, I had to go in for my interview, physical exam, mental exam, polygraph, and a very, very, very in-depth background check. And they were checking for everything. So to all my young adults and kids who want to be police officers, it starts when you're in school. So they check all your bus tickets, everything. And my mom was surely on me, so I had none of that. So mine was easy, but for those who has it, it's gonna be pretty lengthy. So, but I just wanted to put that out, that recruiting make sure that I was vetted before I was even allowed to join. So why should someone be a police officer in today's world? The reason is we need to bridge that gap between citizens and police and improve the current relationship. It's gonna take more cops, more good cops, to change the outlook on the profession and improve the relationship between the city and its employees. This is an honorable profession, and you learn a lot of skills that you'll never learn in any other industry. As I start my journey this coming Monday, I'm looking forward to the challenge and learning all of the new skill sets that I'll add. But more importantly, I'm more excited to have my mother pin my badge on my day of graduation. I know I've made her proud. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jasmine Clark, and I'm a recent graduate of Class 76. Since 9/11, I have wanted to serve my country in the military or law enforcement. I was raised in a household that taught me the value of service to others. I learned the importance of empathy and understanding other people where they are in life from a variety of backgrounds. This led me to pursue my studies in a variety of courses focusing on how people think and interact, concentrating on political science and psychology, and eventually obtaining my master's degree in criminal justice. I was further encouraged to follow this career path through several discussions with federal agents. I learned that I was more interested in serving in a local law enforcement capacity rather than a federal one. I was attracted to the Winston-Salem Police Department because the department focuses on community-oriented policing. Winston-Salem Police Department serves well because they are a part of the community and focuses on building relationships with the community to maintain peace and order. I was not disappointed in my choice because the teaching staff and academy showed the same concern for me as the people they serve. The training was thorough and difficult, but the instructors took the time to make sure we learned the material in a safe fashion. We developed and grew together as a family. As a newly sworn police officer in the midst of my field training, it has become evident to me that my training has prepared me for most scenarios I will encounter. The education and training did not stop after academy. The field training officers helped make sure we are prepared for serving the community. It is an honor to serve with subject matter experts in the field of law enforcement. I know I still have much to learn, but I know I'm in the right place. Many people have seen in the media that police officers are seen in an unfavorable way. While there is no excusing inappropriate behavior by any servant of the people, it must be recognized that these are the exception of the rule and not representative of the people that dress in blue every day. I have personally witnessed the appreciation and gratitude of the people in our community for the service we provide. A career in law enforcement brings together people from multiple backgrounds with a variety of talents that can flourish in many different career paths, especially here in Winston-Salem. I consider it a privilege to serve with the men and women of the Winston-Salem Police Department. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all. Thank you to all of our speakers. And that concludes the Public Safety News Conference for the Winston-Salem Police Department and Winston-Salem Fire Department. If you have any questions, please direct your questions for the Fire Department to Tabitha Childress. And Police Department questions can be directed to myself, Kyra Boyd. And thank you all.